This is episode 195. On the 14th day, they tone controlled.
Coming to you during half 2 of a Tool song. It's the tone control. We said tone control twice in this title. It's the tone control.
Control. Yeah.
The bell's back in New Hampshire, everybody. It's only been a year.
Yeah.
You asked if I was good, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. And I only
you didn't
just...
say, yeah, I'm good.
I said, I mean...
Well, I mean, that's what you said.
I just want everyone to know that it took me until just a half a second before I said anything to actually click record. So usually you're like, yeah, okay, let's go, record, and then like the intro rolls, and like there's a little bit of something at the beginning. No, not this time.
No, we're pushing through. Oh my God, where's my bell?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Is it right here?
Oh, shit. Well, that's my gag for the night. No more funny stuff.
Beth just brought it in right now. I totally forgot it downstairs. So
no shit.
Amazing comedic timing, everybody.
I love that.
It's back. So I observed something while we were away together.
And you're just telling me this now?
Well, yeah, because I was getting ready for the show. After work, I was like setting stuff up for later, and it's like, oh yeah, back in like at home doing the podcast, gotta plug this in here, do that, set this up, and and I didn't realize it at the time, but like recording in person with someone it was way more like uncomfortable at first than I gave it credit for.
Right, we're used to this setting.
Yeah. So then when it was like, oh, I'm my podcast version of myself now, and Justin's here to see it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, okay. Like, oh, weird. But
I was dealing also with the different camera angle and stuff. This is like at the time I was thinking about it, and I think probably nobody else noticed. Well, we're going to find out. Okay. Anyway, I kept putting my arm, like it was hot. And I kept like I want to do this with I kept putting my arm up over the chair next to me, and then realizing that looked really stupid because I was using like a super wide angle camera shot to like make both of us appear like we were in our separate boxes. And it was funny to us, but it made my arm look like it was long and giant and stretched out whenever I did that, because I could see it on the screen, and then I'd go, oh shoot, and I'd pull it back. That was going through my head like most of that episode. I was like trying to keep that to a dull roar and just muscle through.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fun, but I was setting up, and I was like, right, this is more comfortable just because of like what I'm used to.
Yeah.
And I don't know, a bajillion podcasts are recorded face to face, and that's like so foreign to us. So
yeah,
whatever. Also, I think our whole system just needed a vacation, because this is going incredibly smoothly.
Well. Nothing's broken. I didn't do any extra setup beforehand or anything. I just turned it on, click, 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 and it all came right on.
It's like it's supposed to.
Yeah, man. So right. So here we are. It's you mean you didn't overthink it? Well, but you got to understand, like, so I didn't think about it any more or less than I usually do. Maybe a little less. Okay. Maybe a little less, but normally I start to set up and I just kind of do the thing, and I'm like, well, if I just get this ready a little bit ahead of time, we'll be good.
Yeah, just
and
to
then
save some
something
time.
goes wrong, and that's when I start if you call that overthinking, it's like I click it on and it can't hear my mic or something, or
right.
Everything's freaking out. I don't know what to do about that. So anyway, everything's fine. And there's guitars to talk about. There's pedals to talk about.
It's just a straight up classic banger.
There's rock shows to talk. I mean,
it's a solid tone control today.
It's a 5-finger. I don't know what I was doing there. I was going to try to create a saying. It was like you've got all the things, one for each finger.
Okay.
I think that's nothing. I don't like it. I wish I had it. I wish I could take it back.
I'm definitely going to write it down then.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
How was your, what have we been off? 2 weeks? How was your post-vacay? How's your couch?
How's my couch?
We got a lot of
That's right,
response
because
from
all this stories
yeah.
happened right now. Was that including the couch business was on the podcast?
Yes,
right?
it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to like literally everyone who reached out about the dog walker story from last episode. If you haven't heard the craziness of that, go check it out. Episode 194.
Yeah.
Wild story.
A truly wild thing took place. We went ahead and I'm going to be honest, I couldn't smell anything, but that doesn't matter. Because I don't have a nose, I guess. I think I blame this on being in the painting business for like 8 or 9 years. I just have a very high tolerance for smells, I think.
Okay.
So anyway, we rented a steam cleaner like you'd do for your carpet. And they have like a little attachment for upholstery too. And we were like, we're just going to steam clean the couch. So I got it and I was like figuring out how to use it. Got it from the pet store. They rent these at the pet store too. It's a better deal than at like Lowe's or something.
Noted.
Yeah. And they're, you know, they know you're cleaning pet crap. So they're sort of, I don't know if it's a different machine or what, but anyway. So I started using it and I can't remember if I told this story on the podcast or not, but several weeks ago, our little angel, Genie, ate a pen. And got a dime-sized daub of red ink, just bit the end off a pen and chewed it up. And then the ink just leaked out onto the carpet in this tiny little, and I tried to clean it up. And frankly, I got a ton of ink out of the carpet, but I did spread it into like a 10 centimeter circle because you just can't, I mean, there was nothing. But anyway, we were basically like resigned to that living room is a like 15 by 14 foot square. Whereas like, whatever, we're just going to recarpet this at some point in the near future. It was cheap carpet when we first got the house anyway. This steam cleaner literally cleaned that out of the carpet weeks later. I was so impressed with this thing. So anyway, we steam clean. I ended up doing the whole house with the thing. So I was like, shoot, I've got this amazing, look at all the dirt.
Look at my superpower.
You empty the thing out when you're done. Like my wife said, like, we've been living in filth. Like she was freaking out about how much dirt there was. But anyway, that thing's amazing. And then since then, so the little one is going to be 6 on Saturday. And she's starting first grade. And so her whole birthday thing is including like a redesign of our like playrooms and stuff in the house. So we've been doing this massive project. I have literally been taking some time from the workday and then extending that into like 11 o'clock midnight every single night through the weekend this is a day off right now. Essentially from that, because I finished work today and didn't immediately start working. We're almost done, but we're changing, like the downstairs room is going to become like an office for Marielle and Aria. They have their side-by-side desks. So we painted, we did the lighting, we got new furniture. Upstairs, we're redoing her whole play area and adding one of the storage rooms downstairs. I'm like quasi-finishing to be another like a little cave playroom. Because she has so much stuff, and it's required me reorganizing the other storage room, and it's been a lot.
Awesome.
So yeah, my nonstop is how it's been.
Well,
yeah. What's up?
Yeah, nothing like that. I mean,
just been sitting around playing video games, man. It's
pretty
great.
much. I mean, like, so I'm my school term started and was going while we were on vacation. But the course I'm in now is a much easier lift for me than the last one. So kind of feels like I have a lot of extra time. And even though I maybe don't, it's just like the cognitive load is so much lighter. So
yeah, awesome.
I'm into that, I'm into that. So I guess, gosh, what has happened? Sort of just back to normal, I guess. Coming back to work after really successfully leaving work for a week is hard. You know what I mean? Like really.
Have you unsuccessfully left work before?
Like mentally, yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
Or like I take a peek at emails when I shouldn't be, that kind of thing. And I am usually pretty good about that. I didn't bring any work stuff with me as far as like my computer goes. So even if something did come up, it's not like I could have worked. So, but there's this inherent, like, even if I have a very busy weekend and I like am not thinking about like, okay, so work Monday, what am I up to? You know, I come back to work and it's like, what do I do here again? What was I in the middle of? And it's a university. Oh, okay. You're like getting really back up to speed on just like every project. And that takes half a week or so. So, but yeah, we're back rolling now.
Rad.
Trying to think of like what else has happened. Not a ton. I sold some gear and kept the money in the gear and got some new things, I guess. So, and one of them we're going to talk about here.
You transmuted gear.
Yeah, that's my move. I try to like keep the money in the gear, you know.
Powerful magic.
It helps with wanting something new, and it forces me to kind of reevaluate if the stuff I have is the stuff that I still want. And if it's not, and I determine I'm okay, happy to sell it, that kind of feels like, all right, free gear or new gear, you know? It's
right. That's
great.
It turns, you know, giving up some gear might be a sad thing, but you're turning it into
something new. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I sold an overdrive pedal and I sold my old big pedal board because I kept it for a little while to see if I wanted to downsize again or to not fully downsize, but go back up.
Re-downsize?
To re-upsize?
Re-down up?
Yes. Re-down upsize. I'm going to write that one down. Re-down up size. Yes. And I had not thought about it once. So I figured, hey, you know what? I could sell this pedal board and the case for the board and put it towards some other stuff. So I got the new analog echo from Mythos pedals, which is called the Oracle. It's here on my desk. We're going to talk about it and demo it in a second. Which was kind of like a single missing piece of putting together a whole second guitar rig. Like I didn't have a delay that I liked that would really occupy. That could be the delay for. Yeah, I had a memory toy, but I don't love it. Like it's fine, it does the job, but it's not really doing what I want. So here I have a picture. I'll post it in the chat. So I went and sold the board and exchanged it for another one of the same size board I already have. So now I have two Pedal Train Classic Juniors, one with a soft case because it's affordable and it comes with one. And then one I got on sale when I first downsized with the hard case. So now both pedal boards can fit in this rad hard case, like a flight case for my pedals, which is great.
Nice. At the same time. No, not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
You mean whichever one you're taking on the road can have a hard case. I understand.
Exactly. Yeah. So now because I've got more pedals than I play with, you know, on a daily basis, I can craft a whole second rig basically. Mm-hmm. So I got a power supply. I got the Walrus Audio, the smaller one, the Atos power supply. Mm-hmm. It's an 8 output thing. 2 of them are high current. And
nice.
It's really small. Like it does the same job, same specs as my Pedal Power 2, but it's smaller. Fits underneath in between the rails of the pedal train, which is rad. And yeah, I threw this board together for not a ton of money out of pocket. Like there was some difference with trading in the stuff, but or selling the gear and trading some other gear. But you know, for a few bucks out of pocket, I have all these other pedals that I still really love. That I can put on an extra pedal board, basically. And everything, even with the other board that's here in the corner with the HX Stomp on it and stuff, designed in a way that stuff can really come and go easily, which I like to do. So if I get say I want a new chorus pedal or whatever, it's really easy to just swap stuff in and out. So it's fun.
Nice.
Keep the money in the gear. Make a second rig.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make a second rig. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing, making guitar rigs.
Fucking A. All right. It's starting time. So, okay, so first of all, thanks to the Pedal Genie.
Thanks to Pedal Genie for sponsoring the tone control. Visit pedalgenie.com and start your wish list today.
Right. Okay. Next is news for the tone control tribe. For every component in the tone control. I remembered it. All right. Anyway, I'm going to play this sound. So the mix is a giveaway, right? That it's definitely a bass pedal. Because the guitars are like non-existent.
Right. I don't know.
This is one of mine. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, whatever.
I'm pretty bad with bass pedals. I don't know.
The Ampeg SCRDI. Yeah, it's dull as a pedal.
The scrambler, right? Is that what the S? Yeah, okay.
Well, it has the scrambler circuit in it. It's a preamp. Right. It's like their answer to a Sans amp.
Gotcha.
Kind of thing. Like it has a switchable scrambler. The scrambler circuit is idiotic, I think. I probably said this
I remember that. Yeah.
I think it's novel is not always good. Ampeg. You should have copied somebody.
Sort of coveted circuits kind of for some reason. I couldn't tell you what it is though. Anyway.
Maybe people have some scrambled. Anyway. So episode 200 of the Tone Control is coming up. That's 200 episodes of this nonsense.
Yes, the Tone Control turns 200.
So we've been talking a lot about what we decided to do, and we've decided we're buying everyone ice cream. Or no, wait, we decided not to do that. What are we doing now?
That's
our other podcast. Okay.
So for episode 200, which will be recorded here in Discord on October 28th, 2021, we're going to record it in the general channel, which means anyone in Discord can come hang out on that Thursday. You do not need a Patreon membership for that, for episode 200. So everyone,
come try it out.
Come forth and hang in Discord, and we're gonna have a party. It's gonna be so rad. So no Patreon membership required. If you're on the fence about joining Discord, this is the time. So just do it, okay?
You've got what?
It's like 10 weeks, right? So,
10 weeks.
Well, 5 episodes
we take
every
a hell of
other
a long
week.
time to make episodes.
Well, right, 5 episodes.
We do a lot. We actually do a lot more work now that I think about it on our other podcast, Ice Cream Alert. I didn't realize that we were working so much harder on Ice Cream Alert than this one.
When we started the Tone Control, it was like the 2-week thing worked out easily, and then it was like, well, we have all this extra time. Let's start another podcast and just do it for
the endless content fountain that is ice cream.
Right. So what we actually do with that show is record for 2 weeks or for like 13 days straight. And then we take a break to do this show.
It's on the 14th day they tone controlled.
Yeah.
Jamie says he's going to quit Patreon so that he can come and see the show on the 200th. That isn't exactly what we had in mind, but I appreciate where your head's at.
Yeah, so that's the thing. There's going to be some special extra things for Patreon people coming. So, yes, you can join us for episode 200, free and clear and in Discord and have a good time for the celebration.
Patrons, I'm going to be explicit about this. We're going to send you stuff. So
yeah, we're going to need your addresses pretty soon.
We're going to need your addresses. We are not going to publicize your addresses. We do not share that email list with anybody, but make sure Patreon has your correct address, because we're going to mail something to that address, and we're not trying to steal your info or anything like that. But anyway.
This is not bullshit. This is really happening. Yeah. So if you don't want to put it in Patreon and you want to email it to us or something, that's fine too. So just get us us your address. And I guess if you're hyper local to either of us, then maybe we can meet up or something. I don't know.
Nobody's local to me.
That's true. Nobody lives in Cincinnati.
No, wait. I just choked. That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, Resin Wolf, right?
Yeah. Don was just over here. This is his dark glass amp.
Oh, sweet.
I think I have some of his pedals here. He left me his whole backpack.
Nice. A tone backpack.
A tone backpack.
Love it.
Yeah. I can just get Don. I can get Don. Well, actually, that I don't have all this stuff with me now that I think about it. So anyway,
that's true.
We'll still be sending Don something. Order. Okay. Good. Okay, so that's episode 200. This is 195, so you got a little bit of time, but figure out where you want to be. Figure out if you want to be a patron by then.
We'll be mentioning this probably every episode until 200, I'm guessing. So
yeah.
Get in the server.
Get it in you. Okay. Next up, gigs. Any ideas?
It's some octave fuzz.
I think you're right.
It's not the Fraz Dazzler, right?
It's a Earthquaker.
Hoof Reaper.
Hoof Reaper, that's the one. Hoof Reaper.
That's a good pedal. That's an old demo.
Yeah, it's a pull. That's a pull.
That's an old. I remember that demo. That was like one of our early social media posts, I think, and I was not living in this house even. Like it comes up every now and then. I'm like, oh right, I was in my old apartment.
I find that demo. My memory of the pedal is that it's that and the Crystal Dagger one were just like would cut your friggin' head off. But when I when I picked these out, I just like play files until something grabs my ear that I haven't used in a while.
Nice.
And I was like, oh man. So, Derek, what's up with Delaney?
It's pronounced Delaney. That's not true at all.
It's pronounced What's going on?
So
with
Delania. So my band has our first show in since October 2019 this weekend, and of course this show will come out after that concert takes place. But
but we're gonna talk about it anyway.
We're talking about it anyway because it's just like it's here, dude. So we ran the set twice over this past week. Sounds really good, really tight. We're feeling really excited. We're covering Everlong, and I'm into it.
Cool. Yeah. An undeniable tune.
Undeniable. So I think Everlong is maybe one of the greats, like in the history of rock music. I'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's a hot take, I don't care. It's one of the all-time great rock songs.
Should we say that song is going to last ever long?
A bell for you.
You're welcome.
So it is one of the great songs. And whenever it comes on, I feel like I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. Everlong's on. Right. This song is great. And then we get halfway through and I'm like, oh my God, this song is great. And, it really ramps up my excite factor.
Yeah. It's great start to finish. Still has the ramp. Oh my God. It's
a banger. So we're covering that. We're opening with it. And we don't usually do that. We don't often include covers unless we have to like really pad a set or something. We played a show.
Be honest.
No, we don't. But I don't know. We just kind of have always wanted to do it, and why not? So,
and the pandemic makes you think, what if we never get the chance again?
A little bit.
Now's the moment.
A little bit. Well, a couple of years ago, we played a show with a band down in Lowell, and they opened with a cover of "Somebody Told Me" by The Killers, and it was awesome. And it was the only cover they did. They opened with it, got everybody's attention. And then we were like, guys, we have to open. Yeah, guys, we have to open with a cover. It didn't frig up
their set. Yeah.
No, absolutely. It was killer. Get it? So anyway, we're doing that. And then we're playing a bunch of tunes from both our EPs. And we had a new song in progress. And it's pretty close to done, but it is not fully cooked. And we're like we can play it really well on like the third try. So it's not.
You don't do that. Hold on, guys. We'll get it next time.
Yeah, bring it around again.
Yeah, we'll just hold on. We'll take another swing at this.
Yeah. So this is the gig that I'm going full Helix for with the in-ears and all of that.
Oh, nice.
So to recap, send out to the board with my guitar line, which I'm going to go DI probably, and then return from the board with a monitor feed that I can mix into Helix, and then also a return from our laptop with a headphone splitter that includes click track and backing tracks that I can like mix all right there on the floor.
That's awesome.
And it's so awesome. It's crazy cool. And I'm finally really locking into playing a click in a room of other people that are playing live with me. That part's pretty new still, but it sounds great. It feels great. I love it. Wish me luck. I'm excited. Probably something's going to go wrong.
You bringing the FRFR cab or not at all?
I am not. I was going to, maybe I'll keep it in the car. I don't know. Because like you can't mic an FRFR cab, So
Oh, but you have in-ears. Why am I talking about? Well, because it's
Yeah.
for monitor is what I was thinking, but you have in-ears. I'm
We
stupid.
got the in-ears rig going. I mean, I could bring it for stage volume for the other, the one band member without
No.
in-ears, but he'll have a floor wedge.
Don't coddle. That's how you get a band member to never buy in-ears. You keep making it so he doesn't need them.
Well, the thing
that
is,
guy.
it's Andy. You know Andy.
Andy, listen up, Andy. It's time for some tough love.
So that's all.
You can't hear your bandmates because you're cheap, and they're not gonna haul gear around for your sorry ass anymore. Does he still have a big amp?
Yeah,
they
the
have an
810. It's at practice. Yeah, he doesn't bring it with him to gigs or anything, but it's at the practice space.
I hauled one of those around for a while.
Dude, so the band that's in the space next to us is quite possibly the loudest band I've ever heard.
What's the point of that?
It's like sickeningly loud. It's crazy. And so it's so loud that it's distracting and the room doesn't sound right when we are playing at full volume.
Yeah.
So, and with the in-ear thing, because I'm getting bleed from the microphones, it messes everything up.
Right. You can.
Yeah.
hear
So
it too.
we actually moved our practice day because it's so loud. We can't hear each other's talk over when we're not playing and they are. We can't hear each other in the room.
Yeah.
It's wild. And it's like the only way I can describe the music is like it belongs in a Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack.
You know, I know what you mean, but I can't picture it. Isn't that
It doesn't
weird?
matter. It's the kind of thing where it's like the only thing on the floor is a tuner and a big muff.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's cool music. It's filthy rock and roll. So it's just loud. Oh my God, it's loud. It's like they have an 810 and it's turned speaker side to their wall into our space. It's so loud. So anyway,
All right.
shall we? Want to move on?
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see. Next up, what have I played already? All right, this is here. Okay, here's a spooky one.
Oh man.
What do you think of that?
That's a me demo, but I don't actually remember doing that one.
So I mean, it doesn't have drums in it, which could mean that it was a super long time ago before we started putting. You remember we would sometimes just record little stabby things with them.
Yeah.
Or it's just that there was no way to use this particular pedal in music, which has happened for a few pedals.
It has. I don't know. It's not the Maris Enzo was the crazy
No, it's not that.
video game soundtrack music.
Montreal Assembly.
Count to 5.
It's the count to 5.
That's a pedal I don't really understand, but I know a lot of people love.
And not the least understandable of their pedals, frankly. So, what have we here? Mythos Oracle analog delay, as teased by Derek earlier.
Yeah, so when Zach put this thing out, it was kind of immediately on my radar because I had been thinking the memory toy was not jiving for me. And I love the look. I like what Mythos does. So it immediately had my attention. And it's an analog delay with, sorry, I'm burping. Oh my God. With tap tempo. Yeah. And I like that. That's the kind of thing, right? The memory toy needed just a little bit more going on, I think, for me to want to have fun with it. So it's a true analog delay.
For it to be more than just a toy.
So it's got, what are the chips there? What does it say? MN something.
MN3205.
Yeah.
It's got 2 reissue MN3205 chips and up to 600 milliseconds of delay time.
Right. However, that's on the knob. And
it's
if
like 3/4 of a second, bitch.
If you use the tap tempo, you can go longer.
2/3 of a second. I just said the wrong thing. Okay, so tap tempo. So if you just tap it, walk away, come back, tap it again. Mm-hmm. How much time can we get out of this thing, really?
Oh, I don't know what the maximum time is on the tempo on the Switch, but So at over 600 milliseconds, when you use the tap tempo, things get pretty weird. Like the decays get really severely corrupted, but it's really cool, and it's still it's effecty, and you could use it musically, I think. So it's a really simple setup. It's got time feedback and mix, an external tap tempo jack. So just like a little quality of life thing if you have this like hooked up to some more complicated rig. And it's inspired by Japanese echo pedals, but isn't a direct clone of anything. So think of like the AD9 from Ibanez or Maxon,
Right.
and the DM2 from Boss and stuff like that. So it shares that really cool reddish pink case.
Yeah, so they're specifically describing the color here at the bottom. The color of this pedal is hard to capture, and all screens will display the color differently. To my eyes, it's somewhere between faded red and dark pink.
I'd agree with that.
I think it's things like that show the emotion that's put into when a company makes pedals, right?
Right, that he cared to match the color to, because two of these pedals that it was reference material for this are pink, and the DM2 is a very specific color, as is the 89. So why not borrow that?
He wanted to say that, he wanted to say like, hey, listen, like, let's talk about it's not, and I think that has to do with all the shit that we've been talking about lately, but the fact that you can model anything to a pretty reasonable amount of accuracy means that there's that it really is, you have to want a pedal, like, and that feels different to use real pedals to build a pedal board and everything. There's still value in that. So anyway.
So I have it here hooked up.
Yes.
This is my clean tone, I guess. Let me pull up the Helix thing. What are we running? This is the high watt 100 into a Mesa Boogie oversized cab with a 906. So if you're not familiar with analog delay, the thing about it is that the delays darken over time, and the more time, kind of the darker they get per repeat. Per time, right. So it's really rolling off a lot of the highs, which allows it to fall behind your playing really nicely.
Yeah. It's kind of this inescapable thing that would happen with these chips. But nowadays, lean in hard. This is the sound, right? You do this to a digital delay now. You filter it and EQ it to try to make it sit nice.
And so something like a tape echo kind of does the inverse, right? The low end goes away and it's kind of all high end, and you get the modulation that's a little bit different with tape echo. But they're both really, they both have a lot of character. And I think...
Yeah, they both can get pretty cruddy too.
Yeah.
But this is different. It's a crunchy, weird crud that goes on with these chips.
Yeah. So let me increase the delay time all the way, and I'll boost the feedback and mix a little bit. So this will be 600 milliseconds. So you can hear it really, it's distorting basically. Like it's really losing a lot of fidelity. Mm-hmm. So now, let me go slower than 600 on the tap tempo.
Whoa. It's aliasing.
Yeah.
You hear that ringy?
Yeah.
So there's frequencies being generated by the fact that it's not filtering correctly. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's like bit crushy kind of,
Yeah. Ooh.
And it'll self-oscillate. Of course, because you got to do that with a delay pedal, right? Bring it up real fast. Short repeat. Yeah, man.
Now there is a particular sound that if you try to do that with a digital delay that doesn't have this filtering going on, doesn't work at all. Like that slapbacky kind of sound is terrible and muddy and awful. But
Yeah,
when
it
you
gets in your
have
way.
when you have that fidelity loss, essentially the high end loss, that's what really makes it work.
And you can bring it real fast and get this like. Let me turn my reverb off. Hang on, because you got to hear this. Here's accidental bell. Clean tone. It's almost like a.
It's like a bathroom.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a really fun pedal. It's got a load of character. And it's fun to just kind of get lost in these dark, murky repeats. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a really great fit for this like extra board I have it here at home. Do some really fun stuff. So anyway,
Love it.
that's the Oracle Analog Echo from Mythos.
Friggin' love it, man.
It's $259, and I got it used on Reverb. They're pretty new, so they're just starting to appear used. And I got a pretty good deal. I made an offer, and that offer was accepted, which was very exciting, and saved some money. So right on.
Very, very nice. Okay. What's up? What's up now? What's up now, nerds? Next up, here it comes. Okay, so here's something. Okay.
That sounds like you.
You think so? I didn't think so.
I have no idea what it was. I'm like really not guessing any of them
No,
tonight.
I think I'm getting in specific ones. The Boss DC2 Wazacraft.
DC2? What is the DC2?
That's what the file name says.
Like, is it the Dimension C? Oh yeah,
Isn't it a
yeah,
chorus?
it is. Sort of. I think that was you. I don't think I've tried that one.
Oh, really?
It's the purple one, and it's got the 4 push buttons instead of knobs.
Yeah. I remember it. I didn't think I ever had it.
Oh God.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, and you can like, you push one in, and then the others pop out, and you can like finagle it so you can push 2 at a time. And I don't think I tried it. Oh dear. It's happening.
Yeah.
Does that mean we've been doing this too long?
Or almost long enough. Okay, so next up in the notes, Cory Wong's Stratocaster.
Stratoblaster. Yes. So here's what it says in my notes. If you don't know who Cory Wong is, you're blowing it.
Don't fuck this up.
Don't fuck it up. Go look up Cory Wong. He's a funk master. He's going to go down in history as one of the great funk guitarists possibly ever. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
The dude rips. He's so good, so charismatic, very funny.
His talk show's a lot of fun.
Oh my God. It's so good. Yeah, he does a variety show on YouTube. He also does like mix breakdowns and stuff on his YouTube channel for some of his songs, which is a blast. Super passionate about music, and his excitement is really infectious about being a musician. You can tell he really loves it and stuff. So the Strat, though, right? Let's talk about the Strat. It's a slightly redesigned body and slightly redesigned headstock. I am really surprised Fender let him do that.
It looks so similar.
So close.
It's so close. What am I missing?
It's all.
Wait, is it this? Oops. Is it this?
I can't see your finger, Justin.
I know, but my video isn't capturing the cursor. So this like the curve on the bottom by the nut.
Like this part?
Yeah.
No, I think I heard somewhere the whole thing is just a little bit smaller.
So it's like a 1 to 0.95 scale.
Maybe. But so the scale length is the same, but the guitar body and stuff is just a little smaller. And I don't know if that's true. I have not been able to find definitive proof of how it's different. It just says redesigned body.
Huh.
And like that's cool. So and if you look at the back, the heel, the neck heel pocket is all sculpted and different, and the tummy cut is kind of extended more up into that upper horn. So that's all kind of redone as well. I got to see one of these in person the other day while I was picking up my new pedal board, and I'll post a picture in the chat. It is a satin finish, which I don't think is captured very well in the press photos.
No, it definitely looks gloss.
Uploading, send. There it is in the chat. So you can see it's almost the photo I took almost looks like it's white up at the top, but it's cool. It's a pearloid pickguard and a satin sapphire blue finish. I think it's a really nice looking guitar. This is a pro thing. It's $2,000 and it's made in the US. So it's like this is a real deal thing. Serious. I think when an artist does a model with a brand, and then you discover it's $4.99 or something like that, kind of tells you a lot, you know?
Well, that's a cup of coffee.
Right.
Derek.
So, you know what I mean, though? Because, like, when you see the price on something, like, oh, it's a real one. You know, I kind of trust that it's truly
it's a grown-up guitar.
Yeah. So it's the
like something he would actually play. It's not like, hey, let's make something for advertising. What do you want us to slap on it?
So what I'm interested in is some of the interviews with John Mayer around the time that he left Fender. Did we talk about this?
I'm sure we did.
So he said when he went to PRS,
they wouldn't let him change stuff.
Yeah, they said like he basically said wanted to sort of improve on the design and maybe make some updates and stuff like that, and they were really resistant to that.
Yeah,
and I think you can see that in what ended up being the PRS version of his guitar. So I'm curious if now maybe Fender is a little more open to someone modifying the carve on the body after losing an endorsement of John Mayer.
This is the Stratocaster, and John was like, "Fuck you, then."
Just an idea. I don't know how true that is. Making it up entirely. So anyway, it's got new Cory Wong pickups from Seymour Duncan called Clean Machine. And if you're not familiar with Cory Wong, there's like zero overdrive. It is the cleanest, sparkliest, crispiest tone there is. It's 2 single coils and then a stacked bridge pickup. So it's a bridge humbucker. Super rad.
All right. Yep.
Modern D-shaped neck with a compound radius on the fretboard, 10 to 14 inch. I like that.
That's very well. It's not crazy radius, but yeah.
Right.
It's not very flat. It's not super flat.
Not super. So the standard Fender is 9.5.
Yeah.
And so it's a little flatter to start. My Blue Telly is actually a 10-inch radius as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little flatter. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's cool. So, and then, like we said, it's the satin sapphire blue.
My Telly is probably like a 9 too. And then that other guitar is like an 18 or some insane shit.
If it's like a Gibson spec, those are 12. And then up from there is kind of more modern typically. Yeah. So satin finish is a lacquer finish, so it is going to age like an old guitar would. Very cool. Locking tuners.
Well, okay, so that's interesting actually especially because of the satin, because that'll burnish, that'll shine.
It'll shine right up
as it's used. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you could put it on a buffing wheel.
I bet you could, but I don't know. If I got a guitar that was satin, I think I would want it to stay satin. I don't know.
Yeah, I
make it out of
too.
some other industrial material that would hold up, keep it satin. But right. I don't know.
Locking tuners, and then it's got a regular Fender 5-way blade switch, but the second tone pot is a push, which puts you immediately in 4th position. The funk position.
Insta 4th.
Insta 4th. Which is the neck and middle pickups. And that's really where Cory jams the most. So why not just have he plays with like kind of a hyper right hand that really like flings a lot. So if you hit that switch, boom, you don't have to, because the 4 position is a little tricky to find. You can't just flick it right there. So you use that push thing. It's like a pen cap, click, click, boom, 4th position, baby.
Bam.
Bam.
Bam. Sorry, there's a fly buzzing around in here. So if I punch my microphone at some point, it's because I'm mad at the fly. Yeah.
There's also, I didn't put this in the notes, but included with the guitar, like in the case stuff, all the case candy is like certificate of authenticity and like that kind of thing. But there's also a very specific type of elastic that Cory uses to mute the springs from the tremolo, from the vibrato in the back of the guitar. And they include one to mute it because he plays so percussively on a Strat. You can often hear the springs ring through.
That sympathetic wobble.
Yeah, so they're including his preferred elastic to keep that quiet.
Well, I bet he's tried a lot of elastics.
Yeah.
Frankly. That's all right with me.
So yeah, go check out Cory Wong. He plays guitar in Wolfpack. If this is familiar to you, I guess.
Strikes anybody's,
Yeah.
I remember Wolfpack.
Yeah. It's absolute devastating funk. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, my girl gets down with that. She likes anything she can dance to. Well,
look no further.
Anything. I mean, whatever. She could dance to Mastodon if she wanted to, but she does not.
She does not prefer to.
She does not care for that. So we've been doing this. Apple Music will make your playlist, and it updates every week. It's like your favorites mix. I've been trying it out.
Me too, actually.
And it's interesting. It's much better than when Apple Music first came out, and it was like, let me ask you a bunch of questions, and it like asks me a bunch of questions. And then it disregards
all of it.
And then specifically played songs that I was like, not that song.
Yeah.
Not that song. And it was like, here you go. Fucking AC/DC, Justin. You like that, right? You do a guitar podcast. No.
No, thank you.
No, none. So anyway, this has been pretty good. Aria heard Tool for the first time in the car.
Okay.
Pneuma from the new album. Pneuma.
Okay.
Well, because that's the only one that's on Apple, right?
Oh, is it now? Or
that was a big thing. That was the first streaming that they'd ever allowed to happen with their music catalog. Anyway, so Pneuma comes on, and she sat through that whole long intro.
No, all their other stuff is there now.
Oh, okay, sweet. Well, that's cool.
However, I'm with you though.
Yeah, she sat through that whole like long thing. There was only one like, are they going to start singing soon? She's always concerned with people singing. But then she got to it, and I was like, so what? She gets into a chorus. What do you think of this? And she goes, and she's in there. She's very quiet. She's kind of going like this. She goes, I like it. I was like, really? Okay.
Yeah, you do.
And then, like halfway through that song, it like totally changes and like goes into the second act. And she was like, I think I'm done with this one now. Okay, sweetie. I mean, by then she'd listened to like 5 whole minutes of a song. You know what I mean? Like, and then we were getting into half 2 of the fucking Tool song. So, but I appreciated, because I wasn't expecting her to like. I mean, it's not in 4/4 time. You know what I mean? It doesn't have a hook per se.
Well, it's pretty obscure for a 6-year-old.
It's playing all over the shit. It's playing all over the rhythms. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, what am I? I didn't change my here. I meant to be on this screen. Anyway, guess what's next for us? Guess, everybody. It's butts time.
There's no one in the chat though.
I know. Do you think Pedal Genie gets? Do you think they know? And sub question: do you think they like that they are butts time on our show now?
I actually have not thought of it, and
I plan not to.
Answering both questions by only answering the first, no.
All right.
I don't think they know.
Pedal Genie is like the Netflix of guitar pedals. Rent any pedal you want for as long as you want for one low monthly price. Shipping is included and there are no late fees or time limits. With over 1,500 pedals to try from nearly 100 different manufacturers, Pedal Genie definitely has the gear you want to try. Subscriptions start with Flex at just $19.95 a month. Try out one pedal at a time for as long as you want. Send it back when you're ready for the next one. For only $39.95 a month, the standard subscription includes shipping, so you could have a different pedal every few days. If one isn't enough for you, Pedal Genie Pro gets you 3 pedals at a time for only $64.95 a month. Shipping included. There's a subscription for everyone, and best of all, your first month is free. If you find the pedal of your dreams, the one you just have to keep, Pedal Genie will offer you a buyout option. Prices vary with the length of your membership and the type of pedal, but you'll definitely get an awesome price for the pedal in your hand. So head to pedalgenie.com to fill up your wish list with pedals, and they'll send out your first pedal ASAP. Pedal Genie, all your pedal wishes granted.
All those pedal wishes are so granted. All right, are you? It sounds like you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I have another analog delay. It's analog delay week here at the Tone Control. And I thought it'd be fun. Like, I was going to talk about this because it's here from Pedal Genie, of course. I was like, wait, I have an analog, so we'll talk about that too. And just sort of compare notes here. So this is the bellwether delay from Walrus Audio. I included a reverb link because I'm pretty sure this pedal is actually discontinued. I can't find it on Walrus Audio's website anymore.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so if you like it, you got to find a used one. This one here on Reverb is only $165. That's a pretty slamming deal.
Yeah, $25 price drop happening recently on this particular Reverb listing. I think maybe demand for this pedal is about to go up because of your sick demo.
I'm a fucking influencer. Okay, so
look how good it looks on this ridiculous pedal board.
It fits right in, dude. Look at that true bypass looper. Wow.
I love the turning your tuner sideways business.
I could never get into that. It's like my brain goes, what does that pedal do? Like
what's this shit here with like the pick on it? It's like
I can't see your mouse still. I don't know.
It's like
from the so go from the tuner. Where are we talking about?
Straight up from the tuner. I'm turning my head to to the left of the tuner. What is this purple thing here? What the hell
I
is
have
that?
no idea.
We're zooming in. We're zooming in. Enhance.
Oh, I think it's just
Is it another
it looks
switcher?
like some kind of MIDI switcher or something. Yeah.
Yeah, there's another thing next to it. Oh, look, yeah, he's got switching here. Clean.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got the Eventide and then 2 Strymon pedals probably all hooked up to listen to each other.
If you have all of this, like if you have the super duper looper business,
yes.
Like, do you also need, what is this other shit?
So I think the looper is just introducing things into the signal chain. It's probably just a true bypass looper.
Yeah, how come that can't do whatever? Okay, all right. Anyway, so we're talking about the bellwether. I'm back.
So the bellwether, it's got a ton of knobs. It's got a ton of I/O. It's an analog delay with tap tempo, with subdivisions, and with modulation. So it's got kind of all kinds of stuff for you to do. Let's see, there's 2 outputs. There's an effects loop, like with a Y cable. I'm not prepared for that. As well as an expression pedal. So one input and then out 1 and out 2. Then we've got time repeats, level, tone, and then depth and rate for the modulation, as well as the subdivision knob. And then the expression toggle can either do time or repeats. And then you can turn modulation on or off. And there's a tap tempo there as well. So here's the clean. And the bellwether. So the interesting thing to me is that there's like level, which I guess would be mix. Well, it's like the volume of the repeat.
So maybe mix is dry is always 100%.
Maybe. I'm going to turn the tone all the way up. And verse is all the way down. Oh, interesting. So it's kind of, yeah. So it's doing like, you can dial out that analog artifact stuff like the Oracle has.
Oh, yeah.
Here, so it's keeping the high end. Move my subdivisions. Cool. Let me put the tone back up a little bit. And let's increase the time, see how many artifacts we can get. Huh.
It doesn't feel like it lasts as long. What do you have for repeats?
Repeats are up like 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And turn it up all the way.
Is
Oh,
this,
so it won't self-oscillate.
yeah, is this an analog delay? So let's see, max and AD 99999.
I mean,
So is there an analog chorus in this as well?
well, there is. Or maybe that's the analog part. I'm not sure. So when it got sent to me, it said, "Oh, coming to you from Pedal Genie, Bellwether analog delay." And
Yeah. So it strikes me just, and there's no way I would notice this if we hadn't just heard your other pedal. But this strikes me as actually cleaner.
is it DSP,
Like
you think?
I'm not sure about that, but they may just be using different chips that are less cruddy. I mean, they're
Maybe.
definitely filtering high end. Like a
Yeah.
ton of high end is leaving the signal, but they don't deteriorate so much besides that. You know, there was that additional
Yes.
like crunchiness in business, which these feel much smoother. Or like, so maybe it's an analog chip, but it's sampling at a higher
Could be.
bit depth or something.
So let me try the modulation on.
Not
Oh,
bit
see,
depth
that's-
because it's analog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is pretty heavy. Like flangey, chorusy modulation.
So, and this is, analog chorus engine. So this says it does self-oscillate.
Really?
The repeat control all the way to 10 to self-oscillate. At least the person who's selling it says that.
I turn mods off. It's up all the way.
What about your level control?
Also up all the way.
We've been sold a bill of goods, dude. Yeah, it's fading out.
Yeah, I mean, let me hit it hard.
I bet it's pretty hard.
It's going away.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a little crunchy. Whatever.
A little bit.
So, a little bit. Interesting. I like the Oracle more.
I was about to say the same thing. Like I was talking a big game about how we were going to increase interest in this pedal.
Yeah.
But like we just put it head to head against a pedal that's still in production. And I mean, unless you really need it to have a chorus in it.
Yeah, or if you want all the other stuff, like there's the second output and the effects loop and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not that this sounds bad. The chorus is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I think the repeats knob needs a little more action though. So like this is at noon.
Yeah, it's missing kind of a major feature of an analog delay and not being able to self-oscillate. And I think it's interesting
Yeah.
that the seller here like directly says that it does. So I wonder what else is happening that we're missing, or whether they just made it up.
I just
Could
tried
the
holding
divisions? Could the divisions matter to that? No, that doesn't make sense.
No, I don't think so. That's just related to the tap tempo. I just held the tap tempo down and nothing happened. I thought maybe it was like a manual self-oscillate like on Strymon pedals,
Oh, right.
but it doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I like the sound. It's beautiful. It's pretty lush. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think I would want an analog delay that didn't have the Like I would want it to be more analog and have the self oscillation and have the some of the other messy stuff. Like,
well, even
otherwise, what's the point?
yeah, I mean, even non-analog delays can self-oscillate.
Yeah.
You know, like that's such an interesting thing to seemingly have deliberately removed.
Other than that, very cool sounding pedal.
It still hides behind your playing nicely, like analog delay would. What's funny is like with the repeats up, like you can hear that it's trying almost to self-oscillate. Like you can hear it's like doing that, it's degrading in the same way, but it just doesn't take off.
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's going away still.
It was trying so hard.
It's right there.
Oh man. Wait. I mean, it's still fading. I mean, no matter what you're gonna do, it's eventually gonna go away. Wait.
This is still too particular though. I don't think this counts.
Is it starting to come back?
I think it's
We're
still
gonna listen
going
to this
away.
clicking for another 15 minutes.
I think it's still fading. Like the clicks are changing.
They're getting shorter.
That was me.
Oh, I was gonna say, what the hell?
Oh wait. So it's more related to the time control. That's
okay. So
odd.
what's with this toggle here that says time and repeats?
That's the expression control.
Okay,
yeah.
I see. So if you have the time, so the time needed to be dimed or close to it in order to get there as well.
But that still shouldn't be the case. Like it should.
Should it not? I mean, yeah.
It should repeat. It should self-oscillate kind of at any time. It's the feedback that's the thing.
Yeah. So there's some interaction there. Yeah.
Like it can, I guess. Okay, technically it can do it. I don't think it does it particularly well.
Well, this is it's this Mac. Sorry, that's another pedal. It's just different chips, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
This has different chips than the ones that were specifically picked out for the Oracle. So that's the behavior of this chip, I am forced to assume. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna stall this a little. I'm really curious. Let me plug this thing back in because I want to see now, like about self-oscillation at lower times.
So we're coming back here. Back to the Oracle.
Yeah. So 600 milliseconds, right?
Only thing that's controlling that is the feedback.
So I have the time all the way as slow as it goes, right, on the knob, and then feedback at noon.
Right.
But if I juice the feedback all the way, there it goes.
Immediately.
Right. So I don't know.
It's a cooler pedal. There's no two ways about it.
I really love Walrus Audio. I was thinking, what is one of those brands that you'd build a whole pedal board from, and Walrus is on that list for me for sure. Maybe that's why they don't make it anymore. Maybe
that's why. Yeah. Yeah. This isn't their best work.
It's an early one. It's certainly an early design from them.
Yeah.
So anyway.
All right. Guess what I've got?
Yeah, this thing for some reason.
What the fuck is this? Okay, so Derek, tell me, what's the Electroharmonic Soul Food? What is that? It's a copy of something, I feel like.
It's a copy of a Klon. The
Klon,
famed,
and that's what kind of pedal is that again?
The famed Klon Centaur is a coveted guitar overdrive pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's prized for its transparency often. A lot of people use it as a boost, treble boost.
Is
if you
it
will.
a treble booster, Derek?
It is not a treble booster in the sense like the Tombstone, which is on the shelf behind me. It's not like that. It's like a Range
This is what they're going to ask you in cross-examination, Derek. Your answer has to be more specific than is it a treble booster? Is it a treble booster?
No, it's an overdrive with a treble knob. Now, why is there a bass version?
Why is there a bass version?
And why do you have it?
Well, I have it because Pedal Genie mailed it to me in their infinite wisdom.
They know that I maintain my list a little bit more than you. I think they're probably like, let's see what happens if we send Justin this thing.
Justin gets the throwaway pedals. This has 4 knobs and a minus 10 decibels switch.
Okay.
It's a pad, an input pad, which I think is probably for active, right?
Yeah, probably.
What pick should I use? I know what pick I should use.
I know what you should use.
What pick should I use to play bass? I'm trying not to drop this guitar on all of my gear. Okay, here we go. We'll use this pick.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, this feels nice. This is a quality picks, Derek. All right. Anyway.
Sounds like a bass.
That's a J bass, baby.
So we got volume, drive, blend, and treble.
Yeah. So obviously this is a passive bass. I don't need that input pad, but we'll test it anyway. Yep, it works.
Sounds like 10 dB
super.
to me.
So here's everything's at noon.
It's on? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it got a little louder.
It did. It did.
All right, let's max things out. Let's kill this drive. Oh.
Hang on. Are we about to run into an us and Pottery Store situation?
All right, blend. Maximum blend. Update. I love this. This battle is great.
It is an us and the Pottery Store situation.
Did we tell the Pottery Store story?
No. So here's what happened, folks.
Yeah.
First day we were on vacation, we hit this brewery that's like right down in town. We were exhausted from the trip, long day, hit a brewery. Great, easy to relax. It was nice beer, good spot. Right next to the brewery is a pottery store. And
it's a wizard pottery store.
Yeah, it's like Wizards of Clay or something like that.
Yeah,
so we're like
that's their actual name. So they were wizards and we knew it.
Yeah, so they were closed. We'll come back another day. And so another day comes along.
Yeah.
And we're like, we got to check out this pottery store. And then but on the way there, we're like, guys, what do we do if this place is a total joke? Right?
What do we do? We're probably the only ones in there, right? We're coming right before they close.
Pause. It's inside a geodesic dome.
Yeah.
So like, okay, it's just take that for whatever it's worth.
Yeah.
We're going in right before they close because we wanted to stop at the brewery to pick something up.
We decide on a hand signal.
Yeah. Like,
what's the hand signal going to be that we can give to each other, right? If this sucks and we want to leave.
Yeah, so we're thinking it's like clay sculpture that's going to just be really like kind of folk art, I guess. That's what I was expecting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking bowls and stuff, but who the fuck knows, you know?
We walk into this place, and let me tell you what. It's fucking gorgeous. It's like it is among
they had some pottery wizardry going on in there.
It is among some of the greatest pottery I've ever seen in my life. It was so nice. And we were like, oh my God, I feel like such an asshole for assuming that it was some like hippy dippy crunchy town. I need a hand signal to get out of here kind of store. And then we both just drop like hundreds of dollars on stuff.
Yeah. We just start buying things. Oh, secret. Yeah, secret stuff that surprises for people that we're not going to tell them.
Right. I bought a coffee mug for myself that I've hand washed like every day because I just want to keep using it.
It was truly, I mean, there was tons of stuff, but there was so many different kinds of things. Truly beautiful work. Like, to the extent where they're almost taking the hands out of it. Like their lab was in the back. Like I saw their gear. This was not made in a factory. Like
it looks factory made. It's so consistent.
So good. And the glazing was so cool. And there's so many different things. I found some spectacular, fun things that were just works of art that natural. We specifically this whole section that where they'd put silica crystals into the glaze, and while they fire, the crystals grow and they create these patterns. So it's like you don't know what you're going to get until it comes out the other. Oh,
they explained it like
crazy,
like ice on a window, kind of is how they explained it.
And it looks a little like that. Yeah. Oh.
So
really
anyway,
something.
I'm equating that to the base soul food because we were like, guys, this is going to be a joke. This thing sucks. Click it on no. We love it.
And I told that lady too. We were like checking out, and I'm like, take hundreds of my dollars, And I was like, we gave her, just so you know, we made up a hand signal before we came in here in case we had to leave. But your store is fantastic, and we love you.
we made her stay late so we could keep shopping. I felt like kind of a jerk, but I was like, we just dropped a bunch of money. Like, you can stay open 10 more minutes.
She's fine. She's fine. Yeah. All right. So anyway. This fucking thing is beautiful. I love this. All right, there's a treble knob. All right,
oh my God.
Let me even some things out too. I'm kind of peeking my shit a little bit here. Well, so that's the other thing is like there's aspects of this that are a drive, and then there's the boost aspects too. Like I can roll the gain down and the volume up. So that distortion is this SVT amp that's going on here. So that's like tube preamp sort of shit. So let's try to take that off and hear more of the pedal. All right, so it's okay.
What's your treble knob at?
It's like dimed. Let's pull it all the way down. So that's just a straight up filter.
Right.
So noon is good. So, okay. Okay, so the volume knob is a total output of the pedal.
Okay.
So regardless of where the blend knob is, the volume knob still has total control of the output of the pedal.
Got it.
So it's pretty simplistic in that way. Like it doesn't have like a mix path kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm deciding. I think I'm deciding that I like it. I like it, but I like it with the amp distortion.
Yeah.
Like I'm not just gonna want to use it as its own thing without driving the amp harder. Yeah.
That tracks with how people use
fine.
clones, right? You run something like that into a amp on the edge of breakup, and you're cooking,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I mean,
but when I pulled it, so when I pull the volume down, drive up, and trying to even out that volume. So let's just use amp distortion now. Yeah, so you need a blend of those two to get it thick and full. But what the soul food's adding is that like whiny, crackly kind of aggression. It sounds like harmonics.
It's super punk rock, and it seems very. This thing could be a total secret weapon pedal,
Yeah,
and it's $110.
Yeah, well, it's $108.90.
Yeah, sorry, EHX version of 110.
This is a great bass pick.
Cool.
I feel like my hand loves this pick. Very excited about it. This is not a pick review, but kind of is.
I was struggling with what to put in the show today, and I forgot about all of our bits, such as beer or gear or reviews or any of that. Got to lean on that stuff when I don't have anything to talk about.
Anyway, right. So I really thought that this was a what the fuck? Like, why am I putting a treble booster pedal on my bass?
This is why.
This is why, because it's fucking great.
EHX proving us all wrong since
Yeah. Damn.
19 whatever. Hey, thanks to Pedal Genie, as always, for sponsoring the tone control. We didn't talk about Pedal Genie last time because it was kind of a weird time, and I honestly forgot. But
Yeah.
we appreciate their support as always. So
As Eva. So,
also,
listen,
I'm going to try one real
yeah.
quick thing. I'm going to try to do a live stream of this, and
awesome.
I don't know when, but like the schedule's been totally wild with like vacation and pedal shipments and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think I finally have some brain space to fire that all up again. So I'll do one for the bellwether.
Sweet. Sorry, I'm just navigating some cables down here. All right.
We'll post it on the socials when that gets scheduled, and come hang out. We'll go live on YouTube, and you can watch me track a demo.
All right. Sweet. All right. Let's see. Back to the soundboard. Here's another one.
Speaking of live streams,
So obviously you know what that is.
the Octahive
That's the Octahive.
from Beatronics. Yeah.
That's a good mix. That's good.
That pedal was the first pedal I experienced that I thought sounded better through Helix than my tube amp.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Just that was the moment, everybody.
Not saying anything, but just saying.
All right. I have been when I came in earlier today to go over and like pick out sounds I was going to use in the episode and everything. I realized that suggestions of the week is something that we do on this show.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe can my suggestion of the week be just not working on your house for a minute?
Yeah.
That's what
How
I'm
about this?
enjoying. I got nothing for this.
No, call it like self-care, Like this is take a break. You deserve it.
Take a minute, man. Take a minute.
Take a minute and watch my suggestion of the week.
Hell yeah.
The Shut Up and Sit Down website and YouTube channel, which is something that I just shared with you and your wife a couple of weeks ago when we got ready for vacation. Shut Up and Sit Down is a board game review YouTube channel. Emporium. And so like we said in the last episode, if you don't like board games, you can go to hell. So the thing is learning learning board
probably
games.
just I'm gonna save you some time. You are not gonna like our other podcast. The board games and butts.
So Shut Up and Sit Down.
Best work.
Shut Up and Sit Down is like a board game review / tutorial how to play channel. They don't tell you exclusively how to play the game. Like first you do this, then you do this. It's not a playthrough channel. But they do kind of talk you through why a game is good or bad. They're pretty honest about the pros and cons of any game they're looking at. And they're really transparent about who it's for, I think, which is really nice. And it's really sincere and genuine. And it's not, I have found that reading the manual for a board game can be a daunting task sometimes. And it's like, because they're so conditional. A lot of board game rules are very like, if this, then that. And there's a million rules like that, and it's hard to follow. So watching someone play, watching someone explain it, who's a professional video or a board game explainer,
right? They're steeped in it.
Yeah, it's great. So if that is your barrier to entry on video games, I recommend watching some YouTube how to play.
You mean board games again? We keep saying
God
video
damn
games.
it! Sorry, yes, board games. So anyway, Shut Up and Sit Down though is a little bit different. It's not just how to play and how to set up your table and what the rules are. It's reviews and kind of commentary on game design and what makes the game a fun experience to play with friends.
Right.
And I like how they say like this game you can play with 2 to 8 players, but it really works best with 5. And they tell you exactly why,
That's what you can rely on them for. And also it's going to have the breadth of somebody who's new and isn't like into tabletop, and then somebody who is they're still talking to both audiences. You know, they're managing to hit all those points, and they're going to, frankly, like, you watch a bunch of these videos and you understand more about what you like.
Yeah.
Based on this, right? And it's everything's better.
And it's also really funny. Like, they do such a good job of, like, with the jokes, and they're so clever and witty. And as I watch a few of them while I'm on my lunch break for games I have no intention of buying. But I think that kind of explains, right? That's kind of says enough. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Shut up and sit down. Check them out on YouTube. We watched the video for the game Wingspan, and within 1 second, I had to start it over because I was laughing so hard. So, should we tell the joke or just make people go watch it?
You got to go watch it. You got to go.
Yeah, let me just say, we don't call the game Wingspan anymore.
No, we don't. You go in, like, there are so many games, and many of the best ones are a pretty are like a sizable investment for something like this. And so you know, this is what you need to know, like, is this worthwhile? Because there was one that we were looking at and we watched their review and instantly convinced us, oh wow, this isn't what I wanted. And it was like a fairly expensive game, and it sounded awesome from the description and like synopsis of the rules and what goes down in the game. I was like, this sounds like it's exactly what I would love to play. And then their review of it reveals that, like, well, there are these things that kind of don't really go the way they're describing. When you actually play the game, it doesn't really happen quite like they're saying. So this is like an example of, like, it's not that great. And yeah, we turned around on that, watched some more reviews, and picked out some other games that are amazing and we love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the thing. Yeah, check out Shut Up and Sit Down. They just .com, I guess, and them on YouTube. So
yeah, I went to the website just because I didn't, you know, whatever.
Sure.
This is going to bring you straight to YouTube anyway. The whole thing basically is a YouTube channel. There's some other things here. I think they have a podcast, and they do some other stuff, of course. But I thought we'll show their actual presentation and branding this way. So
it's a handful of people, like half a dozen people, I think, that are at least the presenters. I'm sure there's more behind the scenes, and they do a great job of. They're well put together presentations of why you should or shouldn't buy a game. So, yeah. All right, man.
Fantastic. So all that's left then is to encourage everyone to please rate and review on whatever you're watching on. Send us comments and stuff on YouTube, because we're on YouTube now, and that's a lot of fun. And join our Discord.
Join our Discord with episode 200 coming.
Yeah. Join our Discord, discord.io/tone control, and get in there. Totally free, of course. And there to support the show, go to patreon.com/the tone control. Supporters get our heartfelt thanks and their names read in every episode. And for an upgraded donation of $2 or more, you become a supporter plus, which gets you special channels in Discord where we record the show, and you can view live and send us gifts and heckle us and stuff like that. On episode 200 coming up in just a few weeks, we're going to open it up to everybody for that one, and it's going to be a big party. We want to make sure everybody's there. So please join Discord and try it out on episode 200 and decide if you want to be a supporter and be there with us when we record the show on other nights. I would be just jazzed if you enjoyed that. Mm-hmm. If you come and enjoy that, I would be so happy. So
we're planning show 200, of course. Like, I don't know. Is it going to be a regular news thing? Is it going to be a fun? No, I don't even know. We haven't talked about this at all.
We haven't. There's lots of things that are a little in flux, and we're thinking about trying. I'm wanting to make the show. I don't want to say better, because it insinuates that I think it's bad. That's not what I'm meaning. But you guys know, we turn on a dime. We like think of an idea, we do it one time, we're like, that was okay, and we never fucking do it again. So
what if we did a show of all of our abandoned bits?
It's all crammed into one thing. Yeah, like, we have so many, we could fill 2 shows with that, I'm sure. Anyway, it's cool. I just I want to do whatever is the most fun.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that if everything goes the way I'm expecting, we're not going to need any guitar news to fill an hour or more.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, we've been recording for almost an hour and a half, Derek.
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby. All right. So anyway, once again, discord.io/tone control. There's no the on that one. I don't know why that is. It's probably my fuck up. Patreon.com/thetone-control is where you can go to become a supporter of the show. And this episode, those supporters are Carson Ricketts, Nick Greenwood, Timmy S. What is your last name, my friend?
S.
Yes. Matthew Fenslaw, Ryzen Wolf, Jamie Evans, Jeffrey Wright, Doug King, Doug Gann, Righteous Ryan Johnson, Steve Huffman, Jonas Sabatini, Eric, Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove, OG friend of the show, Brian Rizzi, Doug Christ of 37 Effects, Sean Wright of Lollygagger Effects, and Brian Gower and Kyle McIntyre of the Tone Jerks podcast. And I do know the real name of Ryzen Wolf, but until he puts it in Patreon, I feel like I do not have the all clear to read that, so I'm not going to.
I mean, you said his name earlier.
I did say his name earlier, but I sort of half doxed him already.
Yeah. So, Eric, your new Discord name is just Eric with a bunch of underscores.
It's like 3 ellipses.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. All right, folks.
All right, folks. That's fun. That's all fun and great. Oh
God, we can't end the show.
We can't end the show. My soundboard has freaked out and possibly died. Hold on, let me reboot it.
Tone control purgatory.
We can't escape. We're gonna reboot the soundboard.
But the ice cream show. We need to make time for the ice cream show.
How are we gonna make enough time? Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Good.
So it's good. It's back. I fixed everything. Have you tried turning it off and on again? All right. Great job, right, everyone?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
we're still on.
we're still on. Yeah. I mean, we don't have to. I could cut this out. We could just do it the other way. Anything else you want to squeeze in here at the end?
I mean, no.
Cool. All right. See you later, everybody.
Okay. Bye.